Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Wolfinia. This is episode 298 of my Minecraft survival series, and in the last episode, we came over here to the business district and we finished off the House of Leaves, or so we thought, right, Sawyer? So we thought. Well, turns out that's not actually the case, because after we finished filming last episode, I did receive a note from Wolfen's laboratory letting me know that the system we added over here to our moss farm, which basically shuts off the farm once the storage system is filled, is incredibly wasteful, and you don't get resources from a farm that's shut off. So, this has to change. Now, see, this is why Mr. Wolfens makes the big bucks, because he recognized that fact when I did it. Now, as far as what we're going to do to make sure no resources are wasted, well, he's left that part up to me. And that takes care of that part, so no more automatic shut-off, but as far as what we're going to be replacing that system with is an item transportation system of sorts. Not an item disposal system like we did last time with this dropper, but something that's going to let us get more use out of the excess materials. Alright, so now, once our storage is full, this dropper right here is going to shoot the excess items down this little shaft, where they are going to be relocated via water stream all the way over here towards our storage system. Now, we're not going to be storing excess moss. We already have enough storage for moss as it is. Alright, I'm going to stop the water stream right there for right now until I figure out how I'm going to route it through all this mess towards our storage system input. Now, I should clarify that I want to route these items towards our storage system input, but not necessarily into it. And I think right here is probably a pretty good spot. We have room here, and we have easy access to our storage input line right there. So, basically, what I want to build here is a bone meal converter. Or I guess to be more accurate, a bone block autocrafter. Now, I haven't played around with autocrafters too much, and I do want to use my own setup here, so fair warning, there may be some trial and error involved in this. Which is kind of why I want to do it early in the episode, that way we can troubleshoot as the episode goes on. But at this point, I think we're just about ready to get this thing in place. Let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. At this point, we do have our bone block autocrafter in here. I'm probably not going to get too into detail with how this works because this probably isn't the best way to do it, or at least definitely not the most efficient way to do it. But basically, items are going to flow in through the top here where the bone meal is then going to get filtered out using this item filter and then brought down into the autocrafter. The autocrafter is going to take that bone meal, craft up some bone blocks for us, which is then going to put into the dropper and then brought up the bubble vader and entered into our storage system. Now, anything that's not bone meal is not going to make its way down, but is instead going to go into this dropper right here and just shot into the storage system. That way we don't get this whole system clogged up. Now, is this all really necessary? I mean, honestly, probably not. We should really only have bone meal going in there. But if we do have other items going into this thing, well, it's kind of just to be a foolproof, me-proof system. But you can see, we got some bone meal, or bone blocks, getting brought out. And we have also successfully separated our stone, which will just get put away as usual. That does mean, though, that instead of bringing mossy stuff over to the auto crafter, we're going to want to go ahead and just shoot over already converted bone meal instead. So now, once our storage system eventually overflows, that excess is going to go down into the composter right here to be converted into bone meal, and the bone meal is going to go down into the dropper. The dropper is going to shoot the bone meal into this water stream, as you just saw, and this bone meal is eventually going to be brought over to our bone block crafter, which is going to craft up bone blocks and then deposit them into the storage system. So now that this is all set up, we do have a reliable way of just kind of automatically getting bone blocks, but I mean, we could be getting more. And if there's one thing I know about Mr. Wolfens and Wolfens Labs, they appreciate quantity. So we also have all of our food farms over here in the farm district that produce bone meal once the storage gets filled up. Much like jumping jack-o'-lanterns here, a lot of them are, well, they're kind of filling up with bone meal. And that bone meal should probably go to use, right? Or at least be stored in a more compact way. So what we could probably stand to do then is make even more water streams to bring all that bone meal over this way where it can be auto-crafted into bone blocks, and then we can just get even more bone blocks. That sounds like a fine idea to me. So at this point, what we should probably do is go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Welcome back, everybody. At this point, we do have water streams run all beneath our city. Well, we already did before, but now we have even more water streams run beneath our city. These ones connecting some of these areas up here, such as our beetroot farm, our wheat farm, our potato farm, possibly. Forgetting what everything is. The carrot farm, jumping jack-o'-lanterns, all that's connected to the bone block auto crafter, including the farmer's market. Got that too. So is the House of Leaves, boss farm thing. It's all connected. It's all connected. I am, however, noticing that our bone block auto crafter here is, well backed up. So, this is why I didn't want. This is why I don't do tutorials. All right, it's fine. It's fine. This is why I set aside time for troubleshooting, because, well, I know I'm going to need it. But while we're still on the subject of bones, another thing I was thinking that might be smart to do is go ahead and get rid of those item filters right there, and just kind of relocate them to right over here. Remove the items we don't need, seeds, and anything else we don't want to store. Convert all that into bone meal, drop it into the water stream, have it get sent over to be converted into bone blocks as well. Another thing I think is going on right now is I think we're getting a full delivery of items. I think that the bone meal converters that power the moss farm itself are completely full. It does seem that that's the case, which means we're getting a full delivery of the resources from this farm at this point. So we can see now if this system is going to actually keep up. So, yeah, I'm going to hang out for a moment. Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, I think we are actually good here because even with more items continuing to flow in, this does have a chance to eventually empty out. I think the only annoying part are these trapdoors right here, which we can easily replace because all they're doing is hiding the tops of the chests or hiding the, the back here area. Oh my goodness. So while we're over here, we might as well have a look at our auto crafter just to make sure everything is going well, which it's not. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to troubleshoot the crap out of this thing, and it's going to work eventually. All right. I am tentatively going to say that I think we're good again. We get a little extra click, but that's fine. Now I can replace these, and then we can move on to something else. And that, I think, or at least once I get these shelves in, should do it for the House of Leaves. At least for now. But one other place we can get bone meal from is our sugarcane farm over here, Dunder Minecraft. And you might have noticed I did pass through here earlier during the time lapse and kind of cleared out some space here because I decided not to connect it then because I noticed the storage system is all kinds of wonky. The water streams could use some work. Basically, I don't know what whoever was thinking when they built this, but it could be done better, all right? Another thing is, we're storing sugarcane in these chests when we should actually be storing paper in here. So that means on top of reworking the storage back here, I'm also going to be installing another auto crafter, so we'll see how that goes, I guess. In addition to that, I've already cleared out a tunnel that leads over here to beneath the farm district, where we have already established our kind of bone meal water stream. So that way, once we're filled up with paper, we can convert the rest of that sugarcane into bone meal. Just send it on its way. Now, you might have also seen me dig this a bit earlier as well, because I figure since we're talking about auto crafters and we're in the area anyway, we might as well get one put down here as well. This is our slime farm, by the way, and hello. What are you doing down? What are y'all doing down here? Who else is hiding down here? Anyway, yeah, I was thinking it might be a better idea to store slime blocks rather than slime balls because, well, this is ridiculous. So, yeah. I think what we're going to do at this point is just go ahead and get started on all that. Let's go ahead and call the drone on over here, put on a little bit of music, and get to work. Owie. Welcome back, everybody. At this point, I think we have Dunder Minecraft good to go. So, let's go ahead and have a look at it. You can see we got rid of a lot of the clutter that was back here. We got rid of the old bone meal system. The sugarcane now makes its way down through these steps, just over towards the end of the storage system, or to the input of the storage system, where it will be auto-crafted. Now, unfortunately, what you're seeing here is a bit of a backup because I am currently crafting all the sugarcane that we had stored previously into paper, and I didn't want to, craft it myself because I can't be bothered. But we do have the auto crafting process going on. As you can see, we are actively making paper, which is what a paper company should do. Now, as far as the process goes, the sugarcane flows down through these hoppers into the auto crafter right there. So as the sugarcane goes into the auto crafter will shoot the produced paper upwards. You can see its mouth going right there, shooting it upwards into this hopper line, which causes these chests to fill with reams and reams of paper. Now, when this eventually backs up, and this will back up because we do have an end to the system now, the auto crafter will stop producing, and the sugarcane will ultimately back up into this hopper, causing the other sugarcane to go this way down into the composter right here, whereupon it will be converted into bone meal, placed into the dropper right here. The clock will activate, the bone meal will get shot off over to the bone block auto crafter. Yeah. And then, of course, we have the work that we did for Mr. Wolfens today over here at Wolfens Laboratory. I do want to make sure this gate closes behind me because he is worried about unauthorized visitors. But as far as the work for Wolfens Laboratory today, shush! As far as the work for Wolfens Laboratory today, I'm talking about the auto crafter we added to the slime farm. So, let's go ahead and make our way down here through authorized passages. Get my ID badge. My goodness. Whoever does the redstone around here should be fired. I really don't make my way down here nearly enough anymore. I don't use as many slime blocks as I used to, but I do like the slime farm. I don't like the slimes, which is kind of why I like the slime farm. All right, now as far as the auto crafter down here goes, I have fixed it. Basically, I kind of just put this thing on a clock to make sure it doesn't get clogged up. So now, this does seem to be working. Hopefully, it continues to work. I'm still new at auto crafting, okay? Just give me a break. Hey, that's quieter. I like that better. Yeah, this actually seems to be going much better. Hopefully, it stays that way. I'm going to continue to monitor these things over the course of the next however long, just to make sure, but I think I've finally figured out a good system for it. But yeah, we have a slime block auto crafter. That's the point. We're using it to auto craft slime blocks. Oh no, we're not done yet. No, I am all over the place today. There's one last thing I want to take care of over here at Dunder Minecraft. I've diverted a bit of storage over this way. Not for more paper, not for bone meal, but, this is a sugarcane farm. We can store sugarcane in here, just in case we want any of that for building purposes in the city. All right, so, feeling good about this, for now, anyway. So, I think we're done. Now, I didn't get a chance to make my way over here to the quarantine district today, but there is a project over here that I want to tackle for Mr. Wolfens, and I'm going to make that my priority next episode, because we messed around with the slime farm today, but we also have this defunct slime farm that's over here in the quarantine district, and I think... Is that a ghost? Is this place haunted? I don't like that. Anyway, we'll talk more about this next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you'll stick around for the next one. I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And I will see you guys later.